What if I told you that just weeks before the new season tips off, there are already whispers coming out of El Segundo that shake the very foundation of what the Lakers thought they built this summer? What if the fresh era of J.J. Redick, the rookie coach hired to inject energy, discipline, and modern offense into the purple and gold, is already showing cracks before the first preseason game has even been played? Lakers Nation, this isn't just another training camp headline. This is the kind of behind-the-scenes noise that makes you wonder if we're about to watch the beginning of a bold experiment, or the collapse of one before it ever finds its rhythm. Now, don't jump to conclusions yet. Let's lay this out. The Lakers just added a 7-footer, a former #1 overall pick, a player who was supposed to solve 2 years' worth of complaints about size, rebounding, and interior presence. This man averaged over 13 points and 10 rebounds across multiple seasons, flashed all-star potential early in his career, and at just 27 years old, was sold as a perfect complement to Luka Doncic and LeBron James. On paper, it looked like a steal. A fresh start, the missing piece. But here's the catch. Inside reports suggest Redick has been scrutinizing every drill, every scrimmage, every film session, and what he sees is not aligning with the culture he's trying to build. The word: questions, doubts, concerns. Not about skill, nobody questions the talent, but about hunger, about consistency, about whether this giant actually fits the Lakers' new identity. Think about it. J.J. Redick's mantra, since day one, has been accountability, effort, and connectivity. He wants 5 men moving as one, defending with ferocity, spacing with precision, running with pace. He wants grit, sacrifice, relentless competitiveness. But our new addition, for all his numbers, for all his soft hands and smooth mid-range touches, the question echoing around the practice facility is whether he has that fire. Whether he has the edge to survive in the Lakers' spotlight, where every possession is magnified and every playoff series can define or destroy a reputation. Fans, let's rewind for a moment. Remember last season's meltdown against the Timberwolves? Remember how the Lakers, even with Luka Doncic's brilliance, got bullied in the paint, outworked on the boards, exposed in their lack of size? That was supposed to be fixed. This signing was the answer. And yet, here we are, before opening night, hearing that the very coach who's supposed to unleash this roster might already be rethinking the fit. Let me throw some numbers at you. In his prime years, this player has hovered around 16 points and 10 rebounds per game, shooting over 55% from the field. Efficiency? Check. Size? Check. Versatility? Somewhat. He can run pick and rolls, hit short jumpers, even step out occasionally. But here's the rub. When the stage brightens, when the lights get hotter, his production dips. In the 2021 finals, he was exposed by Giannis. In playoff runs since, he's struggled with consistency, disappearing in moments when his team needed him most. That inconsistency has created a reputation. Talented, but not dominant. Skilled, but not ruthless. And that reputation is exactly what J.J. Redick is weighing right now. Because when you're coaching Luka Doncic and LeBron James, there is no margin for error. Every possession counts. Every rotation matters. And if your supposed anchor in the paint can't be trusted to bring fire every single night, then what's the point? Now, before I reveal the name that's fueling this storm, let's connect the dots. Training camp is days away. Media Day is the end of this month. The Lakers are already set to roll out Luka, LeBron, Reeves, Marcus Smart, and this mystery big man as their core 5. The preseason schedule is loaded. Suns, Warriors, Mavs, Kings, and the opener is October 21st against the Golden State Warriors. All eyes will be on this roster. All eyes will be on whether this so-called missing piece is ready to embrace the grind or crumble under the spotlight. Here's another clue. The Lakers' front office paid a reasonable price to get him. They believed the risk was worth the reward. But that contract? It's short-term, flexible, with a player option. Translation: The Lakers gave themselves an out. That alone should tell you something. If they truly believed this was a franchise cornerstone, wouldn't they have locked him in long-term? Fans are already buzzing online. Some defend him. Give him time. Let him mesh with Luka. He'll thrive with a real point guard. Others aren't so sure. We've seen this movie before. Don't get fooled by the stat sheet. The divide is real, and the stakes couldn't be higher. And now, let me put it plainly. The player in question is Deandre Ayton. Yes, the same Ayton who was supposed to be the Lakers' answer to Jokic, to Towns, to Sabonis. The big man who was meant to give LeBron relief on defense and Luka a reliable lob target. The man who was introduced as the franchise's next great center, but Lakers Nation, the whispers suggest J.J. Redick isn't convinced. Already. Lakers Nation, smash that like button right now, drop a comment with your rawest take, and make sure you're subscribed to Lakers News Fan Report, because what I'm about to unpack could be the most controversial story of our off-season. This isn't just a hot rumor. It's the kind of speculation that forces us to confront whether this franchise truly learned from its past mistakes, or if we're setting ourselves up for yet another heartbreak in purple and gold. So, let's dive right in. Deandre Ayton, the 6'11" Bahamian center with all the physical tools in the world. Soft hands, fluid footwork, a reliable mid-range jumper, and the frame to bang inside with the best of them. This is the guy who once averaged 18 and 11 on a finals team. The guy scouts drooled over as a modern big who could anchor both ends of the floor. And yet, here we are, barely a month into his Lakers tenure, already asking, is he really the right fit? J.J. Redick, the rookie head coach with a reputation for meticulous preparation and no-nonsense accountability, is said to be quietly questioning whether Ayton embodies the culture he's trying to instill. Think about it. Redick wants a team that hustles for loose balls, sacrifices shots for better looks, and defends like their lives depend on it. That's the DNA of a contender. And Ayton? His story has too often been defined by inconsistency. Moments of brilliance followed by stretches of invisibility. Games where he looks unstoppable, and others where you forget he's even on the floor. Let's look at the numbers. Last season with Portland, Ayton posted 16.7 points, 10.2 rebounds, and 1.1 blocks per game. Efficient on paper, 57% shooting from the field, respectable finishing in the restricted area, even flashes of face-up offense. But dig deeper and cracks appear. His defensive rebounding rate dipped below 25% for the first time since his rookie season. His block percentage, supposed to be the calling card of a rim protector, barely scraped 2.5%. For context, that's half of what guys like Walker Kessler and Jaren Jackson Jr. put up. And when matched against elite bigs like Jokic, Embiid, or even Domantas Sabonis, Ayton often looked outmuscled, outworked, and, worst of all, disinterested. That word, disinterested, has haunted Ayton since his Phoenix days. Remember the 2021 Finals run? Monty Williams had to literally beg him to play harder in huddles, captured on national TV. Remember the fallout in 2022, when Phoenix refused to extend, him forcing him to sign an offer sheet with Indiana that the Suns begrudgingly matched. That wasn't about talent, it was about trust. It was about whether Ayton could be counted on when it mattered most. And if J.J. Redick is already sensing those same issues in Lakers training camp, then Houston, we have a problem. Because the Lakers don't have time for experiments. Luka Doncic is entering his prime. LeBron James is running on the last ounces of goat fuel in his tank, and this franchise has no patience for a center who might show up one night and disappear the next. Let's play devil's advocate. Imagine Ayton buys in. Imagine he embraces his role as the defensive anchor, runs the floor hard, sets bone-crushing screens for Luka, and uses that soft touch to punish mismatches in the post. Suddenly, the Lakers have a legitimate counter to Jokic in the West. Suddenly, They have size, athleticism, and versatility that forces other teams to adjust. That's the dream scenario. That's why Rob Pelinka pulled the trigger. But here's the nightmare scenario. Ayton sulks when touches dry up because Luka and LeBron dominate the ball. He jogs back on defense after a missed layup. He gets benched. In crunch time for Marcus Smart sliding into small ball lineups. And then, by December, the whispers become headlines. Are the Lakers shopping Deandre Ayton? We've seen this movie before. Dwight Howard's first stint in L.A., a disaster. Andrew Bynum's implosion. Even Montrezl Harrell, who arrived with Sixth Man of the Year credentials, fizzled out when the intensity of Lakers basketball proved too much. The city doesn't tolerate big men who can't handle the pressure. And Ayton? The jury's still out. J.J. Redick is said to be tinkering with alternatives already. Reports suggest he's tested small ball lineups in camp, with LeBron at the 5, Smart and Reeves on the wings, and Luka orchestrating. That's not an accident, it's insurance. It's a subtle message to Ayton. Buy in, or we'll find another way. Lakers Nation, think about the stakes. Media Day is September 29th. Training. Camp runs into early October. The preseason opener is October 3rd against Ayton's former team, the Suns. If that game doesn't feel like a litmus test for our new center, I don't know what does. Imagine if he looks sluggish against Phoenix, if Yusuf Nurkic outworks him, if Kevin Durant dunks on him twice. The headlines will write themselves. Ayton already questioned in L.A. That's how fragile this situation is. And here's the part that really twists the knife. Ayton's contract structure. 2 years, $16.6 million per season, with a player option. That means he controls his future. If he thrives, he can cash. In next summer with a bigger deal somewhere else. If he flops, the Lakers are stuck with a player option on a guy they can't fully trust. It's the definition of a gamble. So what happens next? Will Ayton rise to the occasion, silencing the critics and proving Redick wrong? Or will the whispers grow louder, forcing Pelinka to explore trade options by the deadline? Look, I'll be honest with you. My gut says this is going to be a rocky ride. I don't doubt Ayton's talent, but I question his mentality. And in Los Angeles, mentality is everything. This city rewards effort, passion, and resilience. It punishes apathy. If Ayton can flip the switch, if he can channel the hunger of a man who knows this is his last chance to rewrite his narrative, then maybe, just maybe, he becomes the piece that pushes Luka and LeBron back to the finals. But if not, well, then this could go down as yet another cautionary tale in the Lakers' long history of big man gambles gone wrong. So let me end it this way. Lakers Nation, don't be surprised if J.J. Redick really is rethinking the Deandre Ayton experiment already. Don't be shocked if this storyline dominates October, if fans start debating whether Ayton should even start, if the front office keeps its options open. Because as much as we want to believe in the dream, the reality is clear. This is speculation. This is my opinion as a fan who's seen too many warning signs before. And if there's one thing I've learned following this franchise, it's that smoke often leads to fire. What do you think? Is Ayton going to silence the doubters and finally fulfill his potential in purple and gold? Or is this the beginning of another messy Lakers saga? Drop your thoughts below, because the debate is just heating up, and this story is far from over.